of the time that you are doing traction, it is for somebody that has disc involvement. Because even though you have nerve root impingement in your elderly patient, and you would like to relieve that pressure, there's so many other things that you have to take into consideration. Do they have high blood pressure? If so, if it's controlled really well, you can do this. If it's not controlled really well, you can't do this. Right? Does that make sense to you? If they're elderly, what other problem might they have? That's a huge contraindication. Osteoporosis. So, can you put them on this? You got to think about how healthy are they before I can even think about putting them on here. So, like I said, the majority of patients that end up on here, 90% of them at least, are going to be a disc problem. So let's talk about disc problems. Static, which is really called what? Sustained. Sustained static traction. Disc problem, what's your time?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Disc problem, intermittent.
15 minutes.
15 for intermittent, 10 for sustained or static.
10 minutes for sustained.
If it's vertebral separation you're looking for and they do not have a disc problem, you just want vertebral separation though, what is your treatment time?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. If you want muscle relaxation, 20 to 30. It takes at least 20 minutes to get muscle relaxation, okay? How do you know if you want to use sustained or if you want to use intermittent?
The patient.
A lot of it is patient comfort. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I want to make sure there's nothing else. Oh. Cervical. Go back to cervical for just a minute. If I'm doing vertebral separation, what position does it have to be in? 25 degrees of flexion at the neck. Okay? If I want muscle relaxation, straight. Neutral. Right.
You don't want to elevate the legs to the back. Create
The flexion extension thing. You can do that if you really are good and you know what you're doing. If y'all want to play around with that just a little bit, make sure I'm standing next to you when you start doing all that funky stuff.
Okay.
Just so we don't hurt each other and that kind of stuff. Thursday, I'll get out the, like I said, I'll get out the home units. Please, someone do not, who's in my first lab? You are responsible to remind me. Actually, you're here really early. You just automatically come and start getting out the home stuff. It's your responsibility.
Yay, not mine.
You have a young brain. It's like half the age of mine, or less.
Yeah.
Much less than half my age.
So do I get 50% credit for that?
No, sorry.
Don't get bald here,
I'll show y'all the home units, and we'll talk a little bit more about manual traction, because it's too darn hot for me to do manual traction right now. Way too darn hot.